What's up, family? In this video, I'm gonna talk about freedom in trucking. I personally believe that is the main reason why most people come to this industry, come to this profession, because at least to some extent, they are looking for freedom. They're looking to get more in control of their own life. They are looking to burst out, to break out. People don't want to have to confine. I like to always say I have compliance issues, right? That's why I don't work a regular job. I believe that's one of the main reasons, because a lot of people out here that have compliance issues. And so freedom in trucking, I feel like it's one of the main reasons, that's one of the main things people are looking for when they come. And I think that whether a person's goal, if they're looking for freedom in trucking, I think whether a person's goal leads them to being a company driver for someone, or whether it leads them to owning their own truck, I do believe that the emotional factor is the same. They're trying to get to freedom. Some people believe they can do it by driving someone else's truck, and you can. And some people believe they can get that freedom that they're looking for by having their own truck, and you can. But neither one of those avenues are a guaranteed path to freedom in this profession. And so you need to know that if you desire that freedom and you're looking towards this profession to help you scratch that itch, you definitely need to know that. Just because you become a truck driver don't mean you're gonna get to experience that feeling of freedom that you're looking for. And just because you get your own truck don't mean you're gonna get to experience that feeling of freedom that you're looking for. I personally believe that the only way to achieve that freedom that you're trying to get when you come into this profession, I believe the only way, this is just my personal opinion, that you're gonna do that is by getting your money right, is by getting your income right. And by getting your income right, what I mean is, I would say that a person just coming into the trucking profession needs to, as quick as possible, get themselves to the point where they are not dependent upon driving the truck to have to pay their bills. Okay? Nothing wrong with doing that, nothing wrong with being in that position, but me personally, I feel like, I enjoy driving the truck. I love driving the truck. I definitely think I would love driving it more if I wasn't dependent upon it to pay my bills. There are truckers that I meet out here on the road that tell me about experiences where, and I've been through this myself, where they have to do things that they don't want to do. I want to be careful about how I say this, because it sounds like I'm describing a prostitute, right? They're doing things that they don't necessarily want to do to pay bills. So where you want to be at is, if you're going to be out here breaking your neck, making sacrifices, even doing things that you may not necessarily want to do, going places that you may not necessarily want to go, taking runs that you may not necessarily want to take. If you're doing that to be able to put yourself ahead in life, that's one thing. But if you're doing that just to keep from going under, I mean, it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. But like, you can have your own truck and still be in a position where you don't feel free, because you're still a slave. You can be a slave to the truck, and you want to get yourself out of the position as quick as possible when you come in this profession, where you can park your truck whenever you get ready to, or you can take or not take a load whenever you get ready to. And the way to be able to do that is not necessarily by buying your own truck, because there's a lot of people that have their own truck that can't do that. And the way to do that is not necessarily by driving somebody else's truck, because there's a lot of people that drive somebody else's truck that are also not able to do that. The way to put yourself in position, in my opinion, to be able to do that is to get your money right. It's to get your income right. It's to get yourself to a point where you really don't need it. That don't mean you ain't gonna go get it even when you don't need it. You still gonna go get it, but in a negotiation, it's normally the one that needs the negotiation, that needs things to go in their favor the most. It's that one. It's the one that can't afford to lose in those situations. It's the one that can't afford to lose in those situations that end up losing in those situations, right? So the bank is more prone to loan money to people that don't need it than they are people that need it. So you want to put yourself in a situation where in all negotiations, you're not pressed. And to me, that don't mean you'll lose out on more opportunity because you're not pressed. To me, that means that you'll attract more opportunity to you because you're not pressed. So looking at this profession and you have a desire for that freedom that I'm talking about in this video, and that's why you're looking at this profession, because you think it can give you that. Just keep in mind, it's not necessarily what you do. It's not how you make your money, it's what you do with a dollar after you make it. So that's applicable to this profession or any other profession.